Hi there folks, I'm Captain Monty Graham with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report. This weekend the wind is going to be blowing pretty hard, so the jetties are going to be pretty much off limits this weekend, and probably the next week also. They're talking winds for the next week and a half. So I've been coming into Moore's Cummins Cut. There's some gas wells right here in the middle of Moore's Cummins. If that tide's not ripping through here too hard, I've been freelining croaker up underneath these gas wells. Been doing real well. There's some good slot fish, from 18 to 20 inch trout. I've caught a couple 22, 23 inch trout using live croaker. If the current is really ripping in or out through this cut, then I kind of put a 1/4 ounce weight on and get it up there close to that platform. Been doing pretty good all around them gas wells. Right around this bend coming out into Corpus Christi Bayou, right around this bend on this edge, there have been good trout, especially on an incoming tide. So if the tide is coming in, you can post up right on this bend and in this straight and work the edges. Been good numbers of trout all through here. So I've been kind of working this area because the wind has been blowing pretty hard, and it is protected, behind these islands. You can also come into California Hoe right now with live croaker. There's been a good numbers of trout. There's been some small ones we got to weed through, but California Hoe right now, if you can keep them baits out of that thick grass and work them baits where they don't just dig into the grass, you can catch good numbers of trout all through California Hoe right now. Those of you that can make it to the outside of trailer, from Corpus Christi Bayou all the way down past Big Bayou and Big Cut, all the way down to Trout Bayou, this area on the outside still been holding good trout. Live croaker's been the ticket. If you've got some dead shrimp or live shrimp as the morning goes on, there's been some pretty good little schools of black drum working the edges in the shallower water. So sometimes you can see that water moving. You can see the school. If not, you'll just have to blind cast and move down every few minutes. But all around trailer, back into Corpus Christi Bayou, have been producing pretty good fish right now. Those of you coming out of Oranges Pass, these little chain of islands up against the ICW on the left-hand side, you'll see them big islands with the rock piles. I've been doing pretty good on black drum through here, mangrove snapper, anywhere around these rocks, heading towards Rockport, up against this shore bank. Got good potential right now catching black drum and mangroves. Those of you looking for the redfish, back behind these islands on the ICW here, in the sand pockets, there's still redfish through here. Some reason the reds have been little tougher to catch this week, but they're still in there. You just got to work slow and don't give up. Cut bait's been working real well. Piggy perch, live piggy perch, live mullet, been working also. So there's still good fish in our bays. With this wind cranking like it has been, we're going to just have to work for them. If you really want your fish, get out there, be patient, be courteous to other boaters. But the fish is still in here. It's just taking a little bit, and they're being a lot more finickier. Back here behind Hog Island, there's a good little cove right in here. There have been some redfish hanging off through here. And we've also been hitting these chains of islands up in the front, up by El Reef. All this little area back through here, speckled trout, in this deeper water, live croaker has been the ticket. So their croakers finally getting some size to them. They're being healthy. The bait stand's been resting them. So when you put them on the hook, they're flopping and flipping, and they're ready to go. So all this area behind Hog Island got great areas to be catching fish right now. The tides have come up. You can come back underneath the bridge and get over here on Stedman's. The tide's up pretty high. All this on top of Stedman's, you can really kind of get on top of this reef, put them baits right on top of this reef, and there's been redfish and speckled trout all on this reef through here. Depending how hard that wind is blowing, I know it's been blowing pretty good. You can also come back into these cuts and come into Redfish Bay, work this deeper pocket all through here. live croaker. Those of you that like to throw popping corks, live shrimp under a popping cork. Plenty of trout to be caught. We're getting some good numbers. There's some bigger ones out there, over the size. Just remember, it's got to be 15 to 20 inches. Anything over 20 inches, you got to let it go back. So just be conscientious of that, because the game wardens have been at the boat ramps, and they are checking licenses, and they are checking fish. So Memorial Weekend, everybody be careful out there, and make sure you got your right size of fish. Inside of Ingleside right now, up past these houses, up on this deeper flat right through here, these grass beds, there's deep grass beds along the ICW. Good place to ambush them trout. Live croaker's been working real well. There's also a good little grass bed up here by the D-Mag plant. Back here, you'll see all these PVC poles in the water. That's good area, especially with this wind blowing like it is. Good protected areas, good fish in this area. Out here in front of D-Mag, out here on this deeper grass, I've been catching flounder out here. I've been catching speckled trout. Good place to catch fish all the way down to Kiewit. You can come back on the other side of Kiewit and start working this deeper grass all the way down by these Oxy and Chenier. All this deeper grass, good areas to catch trout. Once I get my limits of trout, then I'll get my cut baits or my live mullet and get up here real tight up on this shore and send baits in them sand pockets. Been good numbers of redfish through here. Like I said, the wind is going to be blowing. Ingleside's a great area to protect yourself and catch fish. All this area along this shoreline all the way down to this cove, been catching good numbers of redfish. You'll see the bait. The fish have been a little finicky since that wind's really been picking up. We had a full moon. Midday bite at 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock has been even better than the mid-morning bite. But all this area in the shoreline, cut baits have been working just fine. If the winds do come down, Portland shoreline up on the piers right now, there have been good numbers of trout out here. Live croaker's been the ticket. So that's what we've been doing when we're able to get out here. Another thing is, out there by Ingleside again, all them rock piles out by Ingleside, mangrove snapper are coming in, live shrimp just with the knocker rig, and we've been catching good numbers of mangrove snapper pretty much on any rock pile from Port Aransas all the way to Corpus Christi. Out here in the front on this rock pile out here, good numbers of speckled trout and mangrove snapper. So all this area along Berry, all the way down to Berry, been holding good fish. Just be careful. The winds have been really strong. The current has been strong. So just be careful out there. Kind of know what your boat can do. Thanks for watching. I'm Captain Monty Graham.